Welcome to the Sioux City Hotel here in beautiful Sioux City, Iowa. Aaron Cooney, Kevin Calhoun, and Matt Desmond here for Pioneer Sideline on the road. And guys, day two, another day of practice, another few events as the tournament finally got underway. But really, it was all about Point Park getting ready for their matchup tomorrow night.
Yeah, we talked last night, Aaron, a lot about the fact that Point Park was going into this kind of a lot of players not really knowing what to expect, and now yesterday kind of got those jitters, got those nerves out of the way, and now moving into today, it was more business. At practice this morning, a lot more strategy, a lot more game planning going on, and then again another cool afternoon with a Parade of Champions event. But as far as practice goes, yeah, a lot more strategy, and then they got a nice long film session in today as well.
Yeah, you really saw the Point Park Pioneers today when they were at practice. Strategy was definitely what they were focusing on, Kevin. And, you know, the defense is going to play a major role in this for the Point Park Pioneers in their run in this national tournament. As you saw, Indiana Wesleyan, the #1 defense in the nation, they played a very good game today. You know, just the depth of this field in this bracket really just shows that Point Park really can compete with anyone. And I think it showed today what Damon did in the tournament, as the AMC is not a team that you really can mess around with. I mean, the AMC tournament, AMC conference is really a conference that really has something to prove, as this is the last year of its existence.
Yeah, Matt, you hit on some pretty good points there, and I think that's why the Pioneers kind of took that transition today, more toward the game planning, more toward the black and white, the blueprint of how they need to play against Corbin tomorrow night. And I think now it's finally starting to set in. I mean, we're talking here late Wednesday night. We're within 24 hours. It's almost game day here, and I think the Pioneers are ready to roll. And I think the film session and the ability to kind of sit down and be ready to play and know what they have to do X and O wise is a big thing, Aaron.
That's huge, and we will see how that comes out. We'll have a preview for you tomorrow afternoon, so look for that before the broadcast. That's coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern time for everybody back at home. So that will be on at 670 AM WPPJ and the MSA Sports Network. But also another cool event. We talked about how a bunch of these things going on for the team, something to make it memorable for them to carry on for the memories to keep on going on throughout life. You never know next time you'll be at a tournament like this. So there's a pretty cool event that they had called the Parade of Champions, where all 32 teams in the tournament got to came out center stage, and they formed a nice NAIA logo with the teams and exchanged gift between everybody.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a really cool thing. They had one team come out at a time for all 32 teams, introduce the coaches, the Scholar Athlete of the Year, or the Core Character Value Athlete of the Year. And it was just a great way for every team to kind of get their name out there. A couple first-time teams, Point Park included. It was a really nice way for these teams to get a little recognition, get a little, again, that kind of relaxing thing. We talked a lot last night about how big that Special Olympics thing was for these teams to, again, relax, get to where they need to be mentally moving into their games. And I think that, again, worked for the Pioneers on that level. And, Matt, they also did a cool thing exchanging gifts between the two teams.
Yeah, the Point Park Pioneers, they gave the Corbin Warriors a terrible towel, a reminiscence of when the Steelers met the Seahawks. You know, Corbin's not that far away from Seattle, so that could have been a little bit of a message there, setting them we're for real going into this game. But, for the Point Park Pioneers, just stepping into the national spotlight and, just really soaking all that energy in. I think it's been a really good opportunity for the Pioneers going into this first appearance in the national tournament. They want to show that they're not a team that can be pushed around, and I think that's a really good message that the Point Park Pioneers are going to send to Corbin's way. So we're going to see what Point Park can do in the first round, and it should be a great matchup, as a lot of the games today were blowouts, but, the AMC really showing what they can do.
Yeah, Matt, you're absolutely right. And you talk about Pioneers need to kind of lay that message down that we're not a team to be messed around with. I think the fact that they're a 6 seed really overshadows what they've accomplished this year. And I don't think teams are looking at them lightly with the fact that all year long they've been a consistent top 5 defense in the NAIA nationally ranked team for the last 3 weeks of the year, last 3 or 4 weeks of the year. So I think this is a team that is ready to roll. And again, it's the X's and O's, and I think they're ready to go. This team plays such good defense that they can play with anybody.
Well, mentioned the tournament underway now in day one, and we took a look. Really played out the way we thought it would. Only one upset today, and that was Friends taking out the College of Idaho.
Not even a huge upset, just a 5 over 4 too. Yeah.
But for Pioneer fans, College of Idaho is a team that lost, or actually beat, the Corbin University Warriors in their tournament their conference tournament, to win out and to actually take the 4 seed in that one. They lost to Friends University, but almost another team, the host team, was on upset alert earlier today, and probably the first real competitive matchup of the night. We just got back from it. AMC foe, but we kind of had some AMC love for them. We were looking out for Damon
AMC
University
pride.
as they took on the host Morningside, and really competitive game. They were in there the whole way, guys.
Yeah, they were. It was a close game throughout, and I expected it to be. Coming into this, we got back to the hotel. We went up to the gym, got credentials and everything we needed to do media-wise, and we hung out for the Indiana Wesleyan game, and we kind of looked at the scores and said, none of these games are close here in the first round. And we had a conversation. I said, I think Damon's going to be able to hang with this team just based on the size. You look at Courtney Donovan and Monica Kozier. That's a team that can play with anybody, and they did a 65-60 loss. 3 bad possessions at the end of the game, Matt. That really, really cost them.
Yeah, I mean, the Damon Wildcats were really in that game the whole time. The 2 versus 7 matchup, really what this tournament is all about is the 4 number 1 seeds. Those are the 4 powerhouses in this tournament. And, Damon just really took it to the court against Morningside and say, hey, guys, we're coming in from New York, getting an at-large bid from the AMC. We're a competitive team. But, as you said, Kevin, those turnovers were very crucial for the Damon Wildcats. They had it at 60-60 at one point, under a minute, and it looked promising for the Wildcats, but they're unable to pull that game away. But the Pioneers are just gonna have to go with the same mindsets. We can beat a team from the other side of the country. We just have to show them what we can do on the courts. Yeah,
and those 3 possessions, just huge. Absolutely huge when you talk about the fact that, again, they were tied, like you said, 60-60 with about a minute to go. Ellie Allen misses a shot in the lane. That goes out of bounds off of Damon, then 2 turnovers, and that was all she wrote on the Wildcats. And it was a tough way to watch their season end because they really played with Morningside. Morningside was a team that was highly touted coming into this thing. A 2 versus a 7 matchup. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what you're going to see. And then Damon made a heck of a game out of it.
Yeah, and a 7-2 matchup in tournaments like this, you never know what can happen. That's why they call it March Madness. So, what?
In NCAA, the 5 losing to the 11 is the most common upset. You never know.
See? So we're going to talk about our 6-3 matchup. Point Park taking on the Corbin University Warriors. We will have that preview for you tomorrow. Look for that in the afternoon. Then also listen to our broadcast. Myself and Kevin Calhoun will have that for you right here on 670 AM WPPJ and the MSA Sports Network. Guys, good night from Iowa.
It's a lovely Iowa.